Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome back to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and let's continue with our Let's Play for Endless Space. And this should be part 7, I believe. The last two were kind of abbreviated episodes while I was trying to sort out the patch that kind of moved the save files around. I kind of thought I had lost the game, and then I was able to find out that basically they just changed the location of the save files actually, so we were able to recover. Keep in mind that the purpose of this series is to not only entertain but to educate someone on the game, because the game is in alpha status right now, and so not everybody has it. You can buy the game on Steam, and if you pre-order it, I guess is what they're calling it, or pre-purchase it, you gain access to the alpha. And so I'm kind of doing this series to show people what the game's about, what it looks like, what's going on, and give you a feel for the game, how it works, and things like that. So a couple things to pick up on for this episode is, I probably didn't study pre-recording here quite as much as I needed to, but part of my purpose with this series too is I've heard a lot of people giving some suspect criticism on the game as far as the balance isn't where it needs to be yet, and it's in an alpha, so hey, that's fine. So I'm kind of trying to play the game sort of casual and not real optimal to a certain degree, and see how the game reacts. I mean, thus far in the couple hours that we've played, I've only had one battle with these green guys here. I'm the blue. For those that are new to the series, this is my main system I started at, and then Mizar up here, I researched the ability to colonize arid planets, and so I've colonized 2 arid planets here. And I would run into the green guys, and I believe I'm playing with at least one other race, and I don't think I've run into them yet. But I've only had one battle thus far for, what turn are we on? Turn 41. So it's kind of interesting. I'm expecting what may happen here at some point is I'm going to run into someone who wants to exterminate me, and I probably won't be built up enough to stop it. But if that happens, that's good, because we kind of want to see that. So let's take a quick tour around of what's going on. We have our home planet here. One thing I noticed here is our approval is in the unhappy category now all of a sudden, which is interesting. And I think the way we can fix that, you really don't have a whole lot of options of ways to fix it. I mean, it's not, say like my other series on Crusader Kings, where you can, try to bribe them, or you can give them a title, or you can, grant them a land fief, or, there's, on this one, unless I'm mistaken, the only way I know of to curb this is by getting luxury items on other planets, which that's not something you can just do on the drop of the hat. The other way is to, well, let's read it here, what it says. Simple representation of your population approval is affected by each world living conditions, planet type anomalies, luxury, and your empire taxes, but not boosted by the actual population. Approval is determined for each solar system and also has a global factor. These two will have different impacts on the gameplay. Okay, so it is saying there that, the planet type anomalies, luxury, things like that, and taxes. So I think I can just lower these taxes here. There we go. See, so I can do that. And we'll go with that, because I'm making a decent amount of money still, I think. So we'll go with that for now. A couple other little tips I'll give some people, because I had questions. If you look at the UI is really clean on this game. If you look at the UI up here, it actually gives you a few things at a glance. You can actually see that you have 5 turns. It shows the little number 5 up here in the top left, where my pointer's at. It shows you have 5 more turns on your research. This one here is for your your heroes that you hire, your managers and fleet generals and things like that. And what the two numbers here are representing at a glance is that you have one that is available right now that hasn't been taken yet, and in 15, the 15 means that in 15 turns you'll have another one. So if you go in here, you'll see I have 2 active heroes, and then there's one here that I haven't used, and then right here it says that there'll be another one pops up in 15 turns. And the 2 that we have, one of them is a leader in this system, so he's kind of like our governor, so to speak, of the Novarus system, our home system. And the other guy that we hired is currently with our flag ship, so to speak. He's our general here, if you see, of this little fleet we have of 2 defenders and a scout. And he's kind of going over here in this territory trying to map some of that out. And then we have one other ship. We have a colony ship, I believe it is, here. We were looking at colonizing here. I think we were going to colonize this planet here, although I don't remember this being the planet that I was looking at. It's got a large size to it, but swamp world. Described by explorers using adjectives like moist, damp, wet, aqueous, soft, lush, and well hydrated. This planet offers abundant plant and animal life, but will certainly be difficult to build upon. Alright. So yeah, I think we were going to go there and colonize that. And then here we have... what is this ship? This is just a scout ship we have. And then one thing I was going to do is on the research coming up here, and then I'll start rattling some turns off here. Just was kind of going to show you guys a few things, get you acclimated with the game here a little bit. On my research right now, we're researching specialized isotopes, which gives some torpedoes and reactive hull upgrades. And then after that, I think I'm actually going to go down here. I got xenobotany as that breakthrough skunk works thing in an earlier episode. And then I think I'm going to go efficient shielding, which unlocks destroyers. And then I'm going to go to applied Casimir effect, which that supposedly makes it where you can travel these wormhole lanes like this. And so maybe I can get over here and find a couple really good, nice key planets over in this area. And also just for a learning tool to figure that all out. So that is what we are kind of doing. I'm just going to leave that scout ship there for now, kind of as protection, so to speak. The colony ship, I think, is already on its way. Let's see what did we assign these guys to anything else to do yet? No. Let's have them go that way. And we didn't have any ships sitting here, I don't think. No, there's none in the hangar. Okay, we haven't picked an exploitation here yet. We need to do that. And these outputs are pretty decent. Dust 15, that's not bad. Let's go ahead and do the food one, I guess. And that's after, okay, so we have another defender popping out in one turn there. And we can then, did we have something in the queue down here? Oh, so we have 2 defenders popping out on this next turn. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I have a feeling we're going to get into a scrap here at some point. Okay, and this is going to be our 2 ships that were done and the heavy isotope refinery that we did on Mizar. So that means on Mizar now, oh, well, it's just showing that that's what keyed up, right? So there's 2 turns on that, then 4 till we get to that, so that's fine. And then down here on Novarus, our home system, we have to do another development. Now, I don't think I'm going to do a ship right this second. And I know in one of my last videos somebody had recommended that you should always do a certain development type. 50%. Okay, so that's saying that 50% of industry is converted into dust. And that's pretty interesting. If you look at the amount of industry we have, 30, and the amount of dust, that actually looks like, I mean, if I'm reading that correctly, a decision is taken by the government to maximize dust by turning all non-essential industry into financially negotiable instruments via a galaxy-wide hedge fund. These in turn will be traded for dust on the poly market, providing an enormous boost to Empire income. Well, that sounds pretty good actually, so I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can maybe get a little more money cranking. Since we had to lower our taxes to keep our approval rating up, it only makes sense that we do something else to then to raise our money back up. So that sounds like a pretty decent plan right now. And I don't know why that says infinity. Production cost infinite. Oh, so that has to continuously run? And I guess you could just turn it off at some point if you need to build something else. But that's okay. Let's just do that for a couple turns and see how it rolls out. And again, this is somewhat of a blind play, just for those that are watching as well. I mean, I messed around with maybe one game before this, but it's fairly blind play. I mean, I went through the tutorials and I understand the basics and all that, but I'm learning along with you as I'm kind of teaching you guys some of the stuff I've figured out. So, the other thing I wanted to do here. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's put him, create a fleet with him. Then let's exit out. Then let's merge these guys together. Alright, so we got a little 2-ship fleet on our home planet there. Just kind of use them as protection right this minute. And then we have our 3-ship fleet out there. Our colonizer should hit the next turn. Sorry about that. Someone's sending me a message. Alright, let's see. Just pretend it's the instrumentation on my ships in the background. Okay, so we are there, right? Or no? Oh, there we go. Colonize. Okay, and... Alright, so... Oh, actually, there was 2 that wasn't the one I was looking at. Why did I see that when I was looking? I was looking at this one all along. This is the one I was looking at. It has Garden of Eden, which has a lot of good bonuses and stuff. That was the one I wanted to colonize. There we go. Oshi. Excellent. And then, see, we can always colonize this other one as well, but I'm going to hold off on that right now. And I need to pick an exploitation for this one. And... let's try to... I would say... let's try to improve the science, I guess, on that one. And... I think that'll probably work out pretty good. And then we'll worry about colonizing that other one later. Like I said, I'm not going to do that now. How are we doing over here on this guy? Let's go ahead and finish that so we can see what's up here. Oh, well, this is a 1-planet system, and it's a colonized tiny tundra dust water. This is a curative substance that predates the Endless Schism. It is an early product of dust enhancements that is not merely curative for both biological and mechanical beings, but also enhances empathy. Interesting. Plus 30% hero XP on Empire. Okay. Interesting. And that looks like that's a dead end. Doesn't go anywhere. So we need to backtrack. We need to backtrack and shoot around there. So we'll just do that. It's kind of interesting. We've kind of gotten into a box here a bit, haven't we? Because there's the only other path is this planet if it shoots out, and then the wormhole, and that's it. So I really do need to get that research done. So let's go ahead and power through a couple more turns here. Now I will say that the pace on this game is definitely, at this point, and keep in mind it is an alpha, it is definitely slower than some other games of this type, of your 4X space games, like say Sword of the Stars 1 and 2, Armada 2526, you know, and those various types of games. You know, this game definitely moves pretty slow. I mean, you can have 3-4 turns where really not much of anything happens. You know, maybe that's just because I'm in the early parts of it here, and then once, you know, once somebody kicks the hornet's nest, it fires up, you know, that kind of a thing. Let's see, we have... Okay, so there's 5 turns on that, so I don't really need to worry with that right now. This is supposedly making me money. Let's take a look here. Well, see, that's saying I'm getting 49 from my systems, -2 from ships for maintenance, -14 from systems, and -16 from fleets. I wish there was a way you could click on this and get a detailed economy. I wish you could get more detailed information on that sorta.